Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m. February 4th. Welcome to my channel. Now, yesterday, big gap down. Then it got bought up. What sparked that was Mexico cowing down to Trump and saying they're going to put people on the border to patrol the border from fentanyl. And the market loved that. Then they gave them 30 days off of tariffs. Initially, Canada fought that as well. And now they are on board with security. But now you have China retaliating against America, putting tariffs on oil, putting tariffs on, there's something else. So I can't remember that right now. We can get into it later, but that's just causing some more volatility in the markets. So it looks like Mexico and Canada on board, but China is retaliating today. Also have some antitrust lawsuit against Google or Alphabet from China. All right, so big day. We have Google reporting earnings and AMD today after the market close. Okay, Jolts jobs at 10 a.m. So with all that, let's get into it. Welcome to my channel. My name is Steven Gonzalez. I use market profile and volume profile to find structure in the markets along with supply and demand. Gamma exposure levels, the most traded price of the year, the month, the week, and the previous day. That is my edge. It's the way I choose to look at markets. All these levels get reactions. Right? If you come and join me on my Discord, then you will see every time these levels get reactions. Okay. Now, hopefully, you can join and subscribe and set an alert and join my channel. That would be much appreciated. Okay. Every day, I try to give you a recap, the story, what's going on in the markets, leaders, laggards, and we do long and short trade scenarios here in a little bit. And once I do that, market opens, new data comes out, and then if I find a trade and it's educational, I will post it. I'll post it to the YouTube Shorts. I'll also post it to X. That's at Gonzo719. That would be TikTok, Gonzo719 Trader. And my new gem, Confluence Trading Discord server. Please come join. You can find that on my YouTube homepage. Click the link, join up, interact with me during the day. A bunch of stuff there, key levels, give my thoughts, market internal updates, option trades, a bunch of stuff that I do there. So come join. That much appreciate it. And of course, smash that like button already if you want, or you can wait to the end. All right, you can wait to the end. Now, why don't we get right into futures watch list? Okay. And this was the weakest one yesterday. Ethereum, now it's up 4.35%. 10-year yields up 8.85. Nasdaq's up 0.25. The Russell's up 0.09. ES up 0.07. So kind of flat, right? Now the Dow is down 0.15. The gold's down 0.19. Silver's down 0.36. Dollar's down 0.45. 30-year bonds being sold today. Bitcoin's down 2.04%, under 100K. Crude, with the China retaliation, is down 2.52. Now, crude is an ultimate balance. If it continues to go this way, it should cause a really big move lower. The VIX is down 3.28%. It's to 18 VIX. All right, moving on. Max 7 Plus. Who's the leader today? It is AMD. They report earnings after the close. Google reports earnings after the close. They're up 1%. Meta's up 0.75. Netflix up 0.75. Amazon up 0.57. Tesla's up 0.53. Microsoft up 0.20. Laggard. Coinbase down 0.26. Apple's down 0.50. All right, moving on. Top sector stocks here. Salesforce leading the pack, up 1.70. Snowflake up 1.24. Uber up 0.71. All right, laggard. Bottom here, Caterpillar. Well, be Chevron and Exxon because of China retaliations on oil. Caterpillar down 0.33. Qualcomm down 0.36. PepsiCo, a staple, reported that there are lower demand in soda and chips, I believe. So Who knows? Last time they reported this the stock skyrocketed when the market opened up. If there's fear in markets, people tend to stick to these like staple stocks. They're generally recession proof and they have a decent dividend. All right, now let's go to a more granular list here and see who's leading the pack. Now, Palantir reported earnings and they're over $100. They're at 103. They're up 23.20%. Spotify also reported earnings. They're up 7.73. Supermicrocomputers up 5.92. SoundHound up 3.09. We'll round out with two percenters. Reddit up 2.95. Taiwan Semiconductors up 2.60. OpenAI up 2.53. And Vertiv up 2.13. Laggards. Let's look at the laggards together. We got, I believe that's Merck, down 8.46. PayPal reported earnings. They're down 5.81. Illumina down 5.11. I believe this is Trade Desk down 3.65. DraftKings down 2.75. Clorox, they reported earnings down 2.68. Bitcoin ETF down 1.77. Marvel Semi down 1.55 and MicroStrategy's down 1%. There is your laggards. All right. Now moving on to the guts of the market here. Sectors. Semiconductors leading the pack up 0.52, followed by technology up 0.48, followed by communications up 0.39, and laggards, let's go down to energy down 0.22, staples down 0.23, and healthcare down 0.24. All right, I think we're ready for economic calendar and news. All right, just give me one sec while I bring it up. Let's do it. Alrighty. Today we have Jolts jobs at 10 a.m. with factory orders. 11 a.m. Fed Bostic, 2 p.m. Fed Daily. Then we have API Crude and Fed Jefferson at 7:30 p.m. Going on to the calendar for earnings. We have today, before the open was PayPal, Spotify, Pfizer, Regeneron, PepsiCo, Merck, Estee Lauder. Okay, today after the close, AMD, Alphabet, was Google, Snap, Chipotle, Enphase, Amgen, EA, Electronic Arts, Prudential. Okay, before the open tomorrow, Uber, Walt Disney, Novo Nordisk, Toyota, Boston Scientific, and Stanley Black and Decker. That's earnings that I can announce, and then tomorrow I'll do what's after the close for tomorrow. All right, no need to get into that. Okay, so we got AMD today and Google. Moving back over to news. Let's just see here if they wrapped up in a bow here. What's going on with the markets here? If it didn't, it didn't, and that's fine. Let's go to this news here. Okay, here we go. China announces measures against Google, other U.S. firms as trade tensions escalate. All right, it says China announced a wide range of measures targeting U.S. businesses, including Google, farm equipment makers, and the owner of fashion brand Calvin Klein, minutes after the new U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods took effect. All right. Trump tariff drama carries high stakes for U.S. automakers, car buyers. Donald Trump is keeping some of the world's biggest automakers guessing whether the U.S. president will follow through on threats to slap their vehicles and supply chains with import taxes that could cause hefty vehicle price spikes for U.S. customers. Pfizer beats profit estimates on heart disease drug, COVID vaccine sales. U.S. drug maker Pfizer beat Wall Street estimates for the fourth quarter profit. PepsiCo forecasts annual profit below estimates on weak soda and snacks demand. PepsiCo forecasts annual profit below expectations and missed quarterly revenue estimates as the Frito-Lay maker faces weakening demand for its sodas and snacks in the U.S. largest market. Estee Lauder expands restructuring plan for 7,000 job cuts post-sales beat. Okay. Let's see. Clorox company raised its annual profit forecast for the second time on Monday, bolstered by cost-saving measures, while it bets on innovation to help revive demand for its household cleaning products. It now expects fiscal 2025 adjusted earnings per share of 6.95 to 7.35. What else here? Merck, the drug maker, said it would pause shipments on Gardasil to China through at least mid-year, as continued weak demand for the HPV vaccine that was expected to hurt 2025 revenue. Okay. Palantir, the data analyst company, recommends its clients steer clear of China's startup DeepSeek AI models. A senior executive of the data analytics company said on Monday, days after doubts were raised about the United States leading AI technology, we would strongly discourage DeepSeek and don't think any customer in the U.S. government will be able to use it. Palantir's chief revenue officer Ryan Taylor said. Okay, and then it says Palantir forecast fiscal 2025 revenue between 3.74 billion and 3.76 billion, above the average estimate of 3.52 billion. It forecasts March quarter revenue between 858 million and 862 million, compared with estimates of 799. All right, PayPal, digital payments giant forecast full year profit above estimates, fueled by a push to revive growth in branded products, improve pricing, and sharpening cost cutting efforts, sending shares of the company up. But actually, PayPal's down. Um, let's see here. What else? Spotify, the audio streaming giant, forecast first quarter profit above market estimates. Okay. Apple, the iPhone maker, on Monday criticized a pornography app newly available on iPhones in the European Union, saying the bloc's digital policy was undermining consumer confidence in Apple. Okay. Salesforce, the company, is cutting more than 1,000 jobs as it simultaneously hires workers to sell new artificial intelligence products. McDonald's, Pipe will send the cuts target price to 290 from 297. What else here? All right, that's it. Let's go to upgrades, downgrades, and we can move on. Upgrades, AMC, upgraded. Soto neutral. Grab, upgraded from a hold to a buy. MasterCard, upgraded from a hold to a buy. Marriott, in line to outperform. Novartis, hold to a buy. Palantir, equal weight to overweight. Tyson Foods, upgraded underweight to neutral. Let's go downgrades. Let's see here. Nothing really to talk about here. Let's go price target changes here. Target raise in Palantir. A bunch of Palantir target raises. No surprise there. Let's see here. Target raised. Autodesk target raised. All right. Target lowers. Let's see here. Oh, target lowered. Kohl's target lowered. All right. That will wrap up that. I think we can go into daily charts here. Alrighty. So let's look at that SPY. So I was live yesterday on my Discord, and I was saying that, or really, it was at the time we were right here in the SPY, and I was like, we have the 50-day moving average to battle, 20-day moving average to battle, and the year-to-day anchor VWAP. All right, this was last week's lows right here, and we went back into last week's range, even after this big drop. We went right back in to last week's range. Okay, where we at now? 598.44. 598.44. So we're right here at the upper portion of yesterday's range. Okay, let's look at futures, get a better look of what's going on right now. Okay, you could see nice wick, hit last week's lows, 100-day moving average, right? 20-day simple moving average, and look at that. We went all the way up to here in futures, right? So in this case, we opened up and now we're here. Okay, right there, right on that 20-day simple moving average. So you have kind of a weakish high here. Okay, and if see how you came down, broke down from this little balance range. Now, if you start to push into this area, we'll see how that turns out. Okay, we'll see. And let's see here. We're going to go over to the Qs. Yep, I just realized that. Thank you. Let's go back to SPY. Thank you, G-Man. All right, so SPY, real quick. Let's right quick. Here's that year-to-date anchor VWAP right at 595.55. right at 595.55 right here. That's what I was saying. It was battling 50-day moving average. Last week's lows right there, closed above it. We're at the upper portion of the range. Okay, that's what I was just talking about. In the futures, you can see last week's lows, right? Right at the 20-day simple moving average. So we have to see where this goes. A little bit of a weak high right here in 60.67, 60.66. That's a confluence high here. Let's see if you can push up here. Who knows? Qs, all right? Qs yesterday battled that year-to-date anchor VWAP. Okay, 50-day moving average, 20-day simple moving average. All was a battle in here. All right. But we closed up here. Where we at now? 519.50, let's call it. Right at the top of the session yesterday. Right at the top of the session. Okay. We're in the middle of so much mess here. If you look to the left, where we're at is just in the middle of this crap. It's not the best position to be in, especially if you're going to swing trade this. Ugh, it's horrible positioning. Okay. Now, let's look at the futures. Yesterday went all the way down past the 100-day moving average, got bought up, went all the way to the 50-day moving average, and now we're sitting right here, just under the 20-day simple moving average. And futures the same thing. It's just a nightmare in here. So much traffic. Mentioned that in my weekend analysis as well with semiconductors in the XLK sector. Same thing. They're just in such an indecisive area, and it's going to cause problems, right? So that's the daily charts. Now let's go over to triple-headed monster and see that bond market. What are we doing here in the bond market? It's getting pushing up today. So look what happened. Yesterday went all the way down to the 50-day moving average. Look at that wick, right? Last week's lows, last month's lows. Pushed way back up, and now we're up here, right? 10-year yield is up 1% today. Bond market's nuts, right? So, I'm not even sure if I put this up here. I think I did. Let's go to your dollar, your Dixie. So dollar, woo, look at that wick. Boom. Another wick here. Right, we're down a little bit in the dollar today. So right in the middle of kind of this range here, kind of again, poor location. Let's look at your VIX, your fear gauge. 30 days out of fear in the VIX. The VIX is at a 17.93. It's right here. Okay, pretty good. Should get some good volatility today. Good ranges. Okay. We're ready for the main event now. Okay, let's get ready for the market profile and buying profile and futures. And we're in the middle of a mess here. So you know how I like to plot composite high volume nodes, the most traded price of the week, the most traded price of the month, right? And then the most traded price of yesterday. So in the most traded price of this year and the rolling year, right? These are all prices that I like to plot. So let's look at some levels. Actually, let's go over yesterday first. And Trump screwed me on a trade I had. Okay, Trump screwed me. So let's look at yesterday. Okay. Now, when the market came, it was weak. Opened here. Then you had this push into demand, right into a gap. Right into, I talked about it, last week's lows. However, the market was not strong. But what happened? The Mexico got a tariff. Tariffs taken off for 30 days, and boom, caused a big push up. Right? Then, all I was interested in, now this 59.88 was the most traded price of the year yesterday. I just said I wanted to hold that. So I waited and waited and waited and got my pullback. I got it right in here somewhere, and it lifted off, gave me 10 points. I had a 5 point risk, gave me 10 points right, pushed up nice, and I was like, oh, this is going to turn around and this should break the highs. Well, then guess what? I posted it in the Discord where my position was. You can check it out in the trade section. As soon as I hit send, I hear stop. I'm like, that's crazy. I was just up like almost 11 points. Well, it was Trump talking about tariffs again. And I was like, oh my God, that's annoying. And so what happened? Kind of bottomed out. And then we did break the highs eventually. That was the trade I wanted. So it's not like it was a loss, but man, that stunk. And you can't do anything about it. You can't prep for it. You can't do anything about it. It just stinks when like you're up that much. And just to give you, if you don't trade futures, up 10 points is like up $1 in the SPY. And all of a sudden, within a second or two, you're stopped out. Up $1 in the SPY. And just boop. Crazy. All right, now, let's look at some levels. Now, you could see this profile is ugly. Look at these distributions. Just a bunch of distributions. Okay? Ugly profile. Now, the most traded price of the year has changed. It's 60.25. It's right here. And guess what price is? Right here. It's just horrible trade location, okay? Here's the midpoint also of the overnight session. Okay? It happens to be the most traded price of yesterday. So this right here, and it's also the 24-hour session most traded price of the month. Right now, it's up here at 60.69. However, that could change probably. Okay, so I just want to show you that's horrible, right? Price is in the middle of this congested area. Now, this was the most traded price of the year, but I put it on my chart. I kept it there, right? And then this is the most traded price of the week and the month. I want to show you something. So this is very congested. And that's what I was trying to make you understand before. And you can see the high volume nodes right here, and right here. Okay. This is it's just horrible trade location. Okay. So ideally, you want something like this to happen to go long to try to get up to here, right? Or you want this to fail to short this to see if we move down here and to move down here. It isn't. It is not a great area to be in. I think we're gonna chop. Unless we get some kind of catalyst. Ugh, just horrible, right? Horrible, horrible, horrible. Okay. Remember the big levels I just told you, they're all in a row, right? So let's look at some levels we can work with. Okay. Now there's two obviously easy levels to work with. All right. Now we have our 58.90, 59.88. You got demand here, and it used to be the most traded price of the year. Okay. Now that works with this confluence low of 59.88, overnight low, and this most traded price of the year in demand, right? So that's one. Now, of course, we have the 60.25 most traded price of the year and the 60.69 most traded price of the month up here. Now, look at the overnight session. Came right up to this level and got rejected. So this is a confluence high. Okay, this is a confluence high. So this is like a ping pong, or like I forget that game on Atari back in the day. So what do you want to see? I don't want to be involved here. Okay, so I want to push out. This is definitely going to be an inside out trade here. I don't like those because you get really chopped, right? But we're going to visit here or most likely here. And then you have decisions to make. Okay. And these are high volume nodes. So they all act as magnets, right? They stop price. And now the market only does two things: it trends or like balances, it bases. Okay. These are bases, right? And in between, there's trending. Okay. So this is kind of what I'm looking at here. All right. Even the open is here. You got this much long to this much short. Horrible. And you're in the middle. Okay. Let's get right into um, scenarios here. And it's going to be pretty simple. All right. We could even start with the bull. All right. So bulls want to break this confluence high. And they want to defend the confluence low of 59.88, 60.69. Right. So pretty simple. There's some supplies here. Okay. So if this market opens up, pushes away, inside out, like I said, you got the month to day VWAP, week to day VWAP at 6,002. Okay. You can come right into this demand, and I want to see what we do here. Is the market weak? Is it strong? Depending on what it is, you can get some push up, go along here, take some profit here at the most traded price of the year, and see if we can make ourselves go up to 60.69. Most traded price of the month. If you can break that and hold, maybe we touch 6,100. Okay, maybe we touch 6,100. Now, what's another thing that could happen? We can push up, hold, and go up as well. Those are what I'm looking at. Okay, bear side. So we know we got our confluence high here, 60.69, and we got our confluence low. It's just the inverse. I mean, it's the same, but like I'm using it in a bear case. So what if we come up here, boop, 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 come up to here, try to find acceptance over, reject. You're going to go down. You're going to take profits at the most traded price of the year, 60.25. If we can break that, yes, you're going to test. Okay. Uh, so now, what's going to happen here, right? Bears want to break this. So if you break that most traded price in the overnight low, okay, and you start holding, you are going to test. You are going to test yesterday's lows. And there's a big gap that was not filled, still an unfilled gap here. Remember, that's last week's low, 59.48. Okay? If you lose that, woo boy, you can go down. Okay? Under 5,900 somewhere. Okay? We just have to see. We just have to see. Okay? That's my scenarios for the bear side. Now, let's move over to the NASDAQ. Let's see what position we're in there, or what the structure is, right? Okay. Let's look at these levels, right? Now, the NASDAQ, and I've talked about this on the weekend, the QQQ, the semiconductors, XLK, they kind of look similar, right? So, what a mess. All right, so let's talk about it. Now, the profile is actually a little more balanced than ugly like the ES, okay? Which is, you're in balance, right? But you're kind of in the middle of balance, which is a horrible place to be, okay? So, yesterday we opened up, pushed down, went all the way up. Now, the most traded price of this year is 213.40 right here. You wanted that to be hold the market, and it did yesterday. Okay, it did. Now, price is right here. Now, let's look at our levels together. The most traded price of the week is right here. That level is 215.50. Then you have the most traded price of the month, 214. Then you have the most traded price of this year, think you get what I'm going at here. 213.40. Price is right here. You're looking at Chop City in this area. Chop City. Okay? Chop City. So, this is horrible. Okay? I will not be surprised if we just chop in here. Right? Not surprised at all. Okay, now let's look at inventory. This is the long to this much short. No edge there. No edge there. Okay? No edge. In the middle of the session of the overnight. Right? In the middle of the session of the overnight. So, we have some levels to play with. Now, let's look at this here. I'm just trying to see if there's any nuance that I can be like, okay. Not really. So, okay. Let's make a game plan for this. Like, let's look at some levels. So we have an overnight high. Now, this happens to be the most traded price of the week in the 24-hour session right here. So we're going to make this their confluence high. Okay. Bulls want to break it. Bears want to defend it. Okay. Now, right here, this area encompasses the most traded price of this year. Overnight low in the demand zone. Okay. And of course, yesterday's lows with this demand zone and the demand zone here. Okay. Those are the areas, right? So let's say the market runs up, fails, right? It can push back down, get into this mess. If you get into this mess and go this way, you're going to go this way, right? Let's say if the market does this, it comes up here, pushes, hold, we could do this. Okay? You're such in a crappy area here, okay? Now, let's get into scenarios and let's move on, okay? We're going to start with a bear scenario here. Hope this is all making sense. I know I might be confusing of how I talk. Hope it makes sense, okay? I'm putting a big warning out to get chopped up here. I'm hoping everybody understands that, okay? All right, let's go into the bear. So we got a confluence low here, confluence high, 216. Matches up with this most traded price of the week. So bears want to break that. Bulls want to break it. Bears want to defend it. And then you got this area here. Bulls want to defend. Bears want to break. And then you have this area. Okay. So prices right here, horrible, right? So if we come up here and fail to find acceptance above here, yeah, you could short that. And I'm going to take some off in this area. If we come through there, break the overnight lows, yeah, you're going to test yesterday's lows. And then if you break this, wow, you could go down and test last week's lows, 207.63. 207.63. Okay, now another way you can do this, we can just rip down and start holding, and also move. Okay, that's your bear side. Now your bull side, remember, you got demand here, key support. You got overnight low and demand here. And then you got our confluence high here, 216, and the most traded price of the week. Okay. So here, you can do a couple things. You can push up, break that, pull back, and just hold. Then you can start to move up, possibly to 219. We could also move down, get a little bear trap here. There's your month to day, week to day VWAP and demand and the overnight low, and hold it, and then you're really going to see if you can push through all this mess. Not going to be easy. Okay. Now, depending on how weak this market is, if we happened to fall into this demand, yesterday's lows, and the market's kind of neutral, it's not that weak, I would consider a long to go back to this mess. Okay? But this is not a easy area to trade at all. I don't like it at all. Okay? But I had to give you scenarios, right? And that's the scenarios I'm going to go by. I'm going to go by those. Okay? And of course, G-Man knows when I go live, you get a lot of information. Okay? Now, if you enjoyed my content today, please smash that like button. That would mean a lot to me. Okay? And I do this every day. Hopefully, come join me. Come join me. Okay? I know this gets complex in my scenarios. I could see that because at one point I didn't know what the hell this was either. But then once I really learned it, it's a game changer. The way it structures the market, it's a game changer. Okay? Game changer. Now, hopefully I have some beautiful trades. Now, I still owe you videos, right? Yesterday I just got busy. I think I have 3 more left to export to edit. So today I should get another one out. I thought I would yesterday, but I got busy with other errands that I couldn't get a chance to do it. Okay? And if I do, I'll post that to my YouTube shorts as well as my X account at Gonzo719, and we go through the whole thing right now. And you can follow me on TikTok, Gonzo719Trader. And the new star of the show, my Discord server, Confluence Trading. Check out my homepage on YouTube and click the link. Join. Join. Have interaction with me, right? I don't think I mean, G-Man's been in there a couple times, steer you wrong. I'm not just going to tell you how to trade, but to get the story of the market, I never miss it. Now, if there's a catalyst, a news catalyst, no one controls that. No one can predict those. But however, just price action, the way the market moves, how I read it, I keep those stats, and there's very rarely that I get it wrong of what the market's going to do. It's very rare. It's very, very rare. And I go with probabilities. Okay? Then I come up with a plan. All right. All right, we have our plan. Everybody, I got to get ready for the market open. So, everybody have a great day. No trades to trade. Stay green. Join my Discord server. All right. Interact with me today. All right. I will go live eventually today. Don't know what time. Maybe after 10 when Jolts Jobs drops. So, I'll see you guys I'll see you guys hopefully in Discord. G-Man, maybe I'll see you later. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great day.